Hello guys, welcome to this C++ video series. In this video, we'll be learning about data types and variables. So I have already written the boilerplate over here, which is hash include iostream using namespace std, int main and return 0. In case you do not know what is this boilerplate, please check out my previous video. So we'll before we dive into variables, I will teach you what data types are. Data types. So if I write hi, this is the unemployed engineers channel. So if I write so much, what do you call this? We call this as a sequence of characters, right? Because this H is a single character, I is a single character, and this space is also a single character, and T is a single character, H is a single character, and henceforth. So these are a string of characters. So a string of characters in any programming language is called as a string. A sequence of characters in any programming language is called as strings. So string is a data type in C++. So write down over here string. I'll comment this. String is a data type, and if I just write C, and another point to notice is that let me write down the string again. Let me write down any string. This is my YouTube channel, right? So a string should always be within double quotes. It's a rule in C++. It should be always within a double quotes. Only then it is called a string. Alright. I'll comment it over here. And a string should always be inside a double quote. Alright. Please remember this. And what is, let me write A. What is A? A is a character, right? A character should always be within single quotes. See, in any programming language, a character should always be inside a single quote, especially in C++, and a string should be in double quotes. So I will iterate this again. A string is a sequence of characters, and a string should always be within double quotes, whereas a character is just a single letter like A, B, C, etc. Right, and a character should always be within a single quote. So another data type is character, 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 and a character is defined as char in C++. Alright, and a string is represented by string itself, and whereas a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a number is denoted as int in C++. So if I write 89, it is an integer, right? So this 89 is integer, so the integer is always written as int in C++. Alright, okay, so integer is a data type, and is represented as int, whereas number like 78.45, it is a decimal, right? So a decimal is called as a floating point number. It's a name given to it, and we represent that by float. Okay, in C++, in case if you have to write any decimal number, we have to write it in the data type of float always. Alright, apart from float, we also have double, which is same like float, but it can handle more. What we can say is that it can handle a large value of the decimal point. Okay, and another thing to notice is that whenever we write a float, for example, if I write float a is equal to, whereas this a which I'm writing is a variable, it's like a container. Maybe if I write 45.59 and semicolon, if you write so much, it's an error. Okay, this one we can write over here, b is equal to 34.67 and semicolon. So if we write a double like this, it is correct, but for a float we should always end it with an f. Okay, please remember this. A float is decimal, it stores a decimal character, and it should always end with an f. Let me save this. Let me say data types.cpp, and consider this if as it will okay, always remember that the float should always be with it should be ending with an f. Alright, so this is these are the data types, and we have another data type which will store true and false. The data type is called as boolean. Boolean is a data type, but in C++ we represent boolean as bool. See, it has been highlighted, so we can store boolean in bools. Okay, and it is represented as bool. Okay, string, and it is represented as string. Character is represented as char. Integer is represented as int, and float is represented as float double boolean. So these are the data types present in C++. Right. Now what is a variable? So write it over here. What is a variable? So a variable is like a container. I will demonstrate it to you. Consider this. If I have to store a number, let's say 56, if I have to store it within a container, let me say it is a type of integer, right? Let me say the container name is number, okay, is equal to 56 and semicolon. See, now the this number is called as a value, and int is the data type. Right, so the number will be now storing the value of 56. Now consider this. See, if I compile and run it, there will be no error in it. See, there's no error. Similarly, we can store a string. Let me say a is equal to let's say YouTube. Okay, the semicolon, and we can store a char b is equal to, let me say, x semicolon. As I already said, a character should always be within a single quote, whereas a string should always be within a double quotes. And after let me store a float value, float float c is equal to, let me say, 34.56, and it should always end with a f in semicolon. And let me say I will be storing another value in the form of double, DOUB value double, d is equal to 78.67 something, and I'll be storing another boolean, which is bol bool e is equal to, let me say it as true, right, and I'll end it with a semicolon. Now this number is a variable which is storing the data type int, whereas a is also a variable which is storing a data type string, b is also a variable which is storing a data type character, which is represented char, c is also a variable which is storing a data type float, and so on and so forth. Alright, so now consider this. If I do cout, and if I write number and I'll end the line. So I have explained what cout is in my previous video, do check out, but I'll be reiterating it over here as well. Cout means console out. Alright, console out means the black screen which appeared before. It is called the console. In order to print on the console, we will use this keyword called as cout. Alright, now if I before that, let me remove this number and let me say 90. Alright, and let me save it and compile and run it. And yes, as you can see here, we are getting 90. Now consider this. Instead of this number, as I've stored 56 inside number, if I just type here number and compile and run it, you can see you will get 56. Why is that? Because inside number, which is a variable, it's like a container, is storing the value of 56. So the value of 56 is being printed out. Now let me print all the other remaining characters over here. Right, cout a, and I'll end line, cout b, end line, cout c, end line, cout b, end line, cout b, end line. Alright, so as you can see, in A, YouTube has been stored, in B, X has been stored, in C, 34.56 F has been stored. This F won't be printed, it is just to represent that it's a float value. Alright, and in D, this value has been stored, which is 78.647563, and in E, true has been stored. And another point to remember is that in Boolean type of data, true is represented as 1 and false is represented as 0. Alright, please remember this. True is always represented as 1 and false is represented as 0. Okay, now let me compile and run it, and you can see the output. Yes, you can see the output over here. The number which was storing 56 is being printed over here, 56 YouTube X, and 50 34.56 and 78. As you can see here, the f is not being printed. I've already said this. F is just for the representation purpose, saying that it's a float value. Alright, and here instead of true, 1 is been printed because I've already explained it over here. True is always represented as 1, whereas false is always represented as 0. So that's all for this video about data types and variables, and do subscribe to my channel.